Hey everyone, Vesper here. Just want to chit chat a bit with some quick Street Fighter V news. As you guys know, ever since Street Fighter V has been available for PC due to the beta testing, it has constantly been data mined. People have found a lot of hidden and tucked away things inside the code, such as the default 10 colors for each character, and because of the Phase 3 beta was on the PC, we now have the 10 default colors for Laura, Dalsum, and Zangief. So I'll go ahead and show you guys that now, and the funny thing is, on top of that, they also have the alpha models for Ken and Ryu. This is the models they used for the tutorial / story mode. They have the default 10 colors for those costumes as well. And if you guys are wondering, yes, the colors are different for Ryu and Ken when they have the alpha costumes. I have a strong feeling that these costumes will be earnable in the game, but what about the other characters? Will we get to see classic costumes for the other cast as well? I hope so. In more data mining news, Dentorion has a very useful website that actually shows us the hitbox data for Street Fighter V as it is right now, which is an insane amount of information that early before the game releases. He also has the accurate frame data, including the active frames of normal attacks in the current stage of the game. There's a lot of cool information we get to see, seeing the hitboxes move frame by frame, especially seeing your hurtbox extend when your move is recovering, and seeing exactly which moves are anti-air attacks and how much invincibility frames there are on certain special moves. But keep in mind this is the current stage of the game and all this is subject to change when the game releases. I'll be sure to provide a link to his website in the video description below so you guys can check it out yourselves. Seeing the accurate frame data is also very useful. It helps us see the changes from Phase 2 to Phase 3, and I know a lot of people have been working very hard on getting the frame data manually, which is a ton of work, guys, so huge shout outs to people like Tool Assisted and Gilly especially for working those tables for us. Now, a little while back we had some Street Fighter V preview trailers, and it showed us a little taste of a new stage, the Air Hainer stage, and recently we actually got some more high-res screenshots of the actual stage. At first I thought this might be Guile's stage, but it turns out it's some type of Shadowloo base. We see the Shadowloo soldiers and the banners in the background. Personally, with the limited amount of footage and screenshots of this stage, it looks pretty nice, man. I like bright, colorful stages. It's got a nice blue hue to it. So let me know what you guys think about this stage. Moving on to a recent interview with the Street Fighter V design team, there has been concerns on how the balancing in the game will be handled. Since Capcom Pro Tour 2016 will be starting right after Street Fighter V is released, we'll also be getting a new character every 2 months. With new characters coming out so rapidly throughout the year, will it be enough time for pro players to adapt to the new system mechanics they bring to the table? When bringing these concerns up in the interview, Capcom's response was, "At the very least, we have no plans of making any huge balance changes until after Capcom Cup 2016 finals are over. If we kept changing things in a large manner more often than yearly, it'd be a huge inconvenience to players. If we do update beyond that, I think it would be mostly be unintended things, bugs and such." With that being said, that means that there will be no large patches for Street Fighter V in terms of balance until after Capcom Cup 2016, which means that Capcom is aiming for a yearly window for huge balance changes. Now, game balance schedules is always an interesting topic. In some games we have overbalancing, too much patching, where we don't give enough players to flesh out the game, and then sometimes we don't get enough balancing or a significant change to really spice up the game as well. I think a good example of that would be comparing Mortal Kombat X to Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom 3. Of course we know that Capcom would update Marvel vs. Capcom 3 if they could. Let's not forget about Street Fighter Cross Tekken as well, which got a massive patch that actually was really good that changed the game, but the game didn't last long enough to see that patch. Anyways, with all this being said, Capcom is going to be really confident in making sure that this game is as balanced as can be when the game launches, which I'm kind of worried about. I know you guys are worried with all the recent nerfs that's happened to your favorite characters every single beta phase in Street Fighter V, and it's actually caused some of you guys to spam Combo Fiend's Twitter. Combo Fiend has actually tweeted, "For everyone enjoying the Street Fighter V beta this weekend, please remember that the game is still being adjusted. Day 1 will be quite different." So a lot of people are worried that when he says that, he doesn't exactly say buffs or nerfs. So someone actually said, "Let's hope that doesn't mean more nerfs." Combo Fiend replied, "Far from. Look forward to the final release, you won't be disappointed." So there you have it, guys. The good thing is we only have to wait a month and a half to find out if this is true. Okay, finally I want to talk about some more data mine information. We now actually have the walk speed chart for the current Street Fighter V characters. So we know the actual walk speed information for walking forward and walking back. This was data mined by Dentorion once again and compiled by Eternal Star. So looking at the chart, we can see that Vega is the king of walk speed so far in Street Fighter V, both walking forward and walking backwards. And surprisingly, the slowest character is not Dalsum or Zangief, it is actually Bison in both forward and back walk speed. Of course, I'll be sure to provide a link to that chart in the video description below, and that's pretty much all the Street Fighter V news I wanted to talk about. Happy New Year's everyone, I'll see you guys next video. Peace.